reflection of their environment, and their environment a reflection of their character. Let's talk about some of the characters in BioShock. There's so many that fans love, and there are many Wikia pages about them. You know, one thing that I think a lot of fans may not realize is you were telling stories with these characters, you know, a decade ago. And technology today, as we saw in, you know, a game like Infinite, you can do amazing things with facial expressions and storytelling. Conveying that emotion that you did 10 years ago with limited technology was challenging. How hard was it back in the day to sort of, you know, convey story in engine?
We had such a small team that, you know, we had to show Tenenbaum or Atlas. They were just splicer models, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Tenenbaum was Ladysmith, which is there's a reason that she's in shadow behind glass, and it's not to be dramatic. It's because we couldn't afford to build another.
Really?
Yeah.
So just something as simple as that, like you couldn't afford to build a model.
We didn't have the we
didn't have the,
we had a few character models in the game. There's
the
what,
budget
maybe
or
8
the
or 9
time to
character
build a new
models.
character
Really?
model, yeah.
Wow.
So we're like, oh, we'll put her in silhouette behind a light, and people think it's noir.
And so much of it was driven by the voice performance, I feel like, too, because I mean, it was like a radio play in many ways still.
Yeah, we had some really good actors, and I was able to spend a lot of time with them. And the fact that I could write the stuff, direct it, and then rewrite in the room, and the fact that we had actors who were, for whatever reason, you know, I wasn't even in the same room as them. I was on a speakerphone.
Right.
They were in a studio in New York or LA or something. I don't think I met any of them.
Really? None of the actors in BioShock you ever met in person when you were making the game?
Maybe since, but at the time I hadn't met a single one of them. Except maybe a couple people, like, you know, I played the Circus of Hours thing. Nate Wells played the Jack on the plane. You know, a couple of people in the studio. It was community theater, you know, in terms of the tech and the sort of time we had for it. But the actors were, you know, we had some exceptional actors.
I will say, as you know, doing animation on that game, that you can hide bad animation behind really good audio, and it makes the animation look better. We didn't have a tech animator. It was me. I'd never rigged characters before, and now I'm rigging characters, trying to figure out how, you know, to get all of these characters out to the animation team. So we're very limited when it came to animation tools.
Yeah,
Since apologize to my animators.
No, but you did the big. I mean, for your first game that you rigged the Big Daddy, which is you know, it's not an easy character to rig.
It was, you know, we figured it out, but the tools that we had on Infinite were not the tools that we had on BioShock. So we figured out what.
Okay, let's play BioShock. Let's get to new game. Okay. Easy. Man, I'm trying to.
They told me, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right. Industry and science.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose rapture. A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, rapture can become your city as well.